Greetings my saplings, today we will be discussing the Jordan 1 Reverse Bred. To be specific, like always in these videos, we will be discussing some release info and some background information, how to cop them, and of course, like always, some resale predictions. The Jordan 1 Reverse Bred, or Varsity Red, drops this Saturday, February 8th, for $200. Now, despite the retail being higher than traditional Jordan 1s, that will be the least of your concerns, as you'll see when we cover the sneaker's profitability later in the video. This sneaker is limited to only 23,000 pairs, as if demand wasn't already high enough. They will only be coming in men's sizing. The sneaker is the first high-cut 85 variant to release, aside from the original pairs in 1985. With the release info out of the way though, why don't we jump into some background information regarding this sneaker. So evidently, this silhouette derives from the 1985 Jordan 1 aesthetic. Some significant comparisons would include the 1985 Jordan 1 Royal, Chicago, and most importantly, the Bred ones, or I suppose you can refer to them as the band ones for the 1985 as well as the 2011 retro pair. But now we get to see that very silhouette return on a relatively new colorway known as the Reverse Bred. This colorway was most recently spotted on the Reverse Bred Jordan 1 mids, those of which only received marginal attention because of their slight profitability initially. Now, 2020 has forced these worlds to collide, granting us the opportunity to purchase these fine specimens for retail. But let's be honest, none of us are gonna cop. With that, why don't we begin discussing how you can have your best chance copying these for retail if you don't have access to a bot or any monitors. Kicking it off, by far the best opportunity you'll have is through Nike sneakers. Now, not only is this where the vast majority of stock is going to be, but as of the recent past few months, Nike has upped their bot protection significantly on recent popular releases on Nike sneakers. This obviously does leave the best opportunity for manual users. Despite the low stock, they are currently loaded as a Leo, let everyone order. Therefore, you'll have 2 to 3 minutes to enter as many accounts as possible if you want all those accounts to have an equivalent chance of copy. I would personally suggest using your mobile device for 3 entries. You could use the Sneakers app, then you could also use Safari and the Chrome app. That's 3 right there. Make sure to put your phone on LTE or just using data in general, if it's 4G or 3G, whatever it is. Then you would want to use the rest of your accounts on your home IP, which I would honestly suggest to be 3 to 5 accounts on Leo drops. This, of course, is just to avoid the temporary IP bans from sending too many requests from one IP address within a small period of time. And if you do have any relatives in the house, perhaps a wife or girlfriend, you could use their phone as well, and then you can make sure to set their phone to data as well, because that'll be a completely different gateway. And in addition to all those options, if you want as well, you could also use a proxy switcher. Now, considering you need multiple phone numbers to create accounts, if you guys do need any more accounts, verified accounts, whether it's for North America or Europe, you could purchase reliable, cheap, verified ones from the link in the description. So as always, US sneakers will be dropping at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Canada at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, and Europe at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Nothing's different. Anyway, moving on, unfortunately, the vast majority of retailers have been releasing through Raffle. Now, this doesn't prevent you from exploiting those opportunities as well, though. You can feel free to visit my Twitter, KeithAdam10, where you can check out the raffle list I posted for these. To make multiple entries, you could use Gmail, and with the Gmail, insert periods in between characters. Then you would also want to change the last few digits of your phone number, because that is not required for you to verify anything with. Then you would want to add 4 random letters before your street address, and finally, if payment is required, such as for end clothing raffles or sneakers and stuff raffles, you would unfortunately have to use different payment methods each time. If you don't have any relatives cards that you could use, then you would have to go to privacy.com to create new credit cards. Then, just to finish it off, some drops that I highly doubt you'll be able to cop manually, or at least without the assistance of the monitor, but of course you could try anyway. The first would be Undefeated at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. In advance, you would want to make an account because those are required for checking out on Undefeated. Then also be prepared for a checkpoint captcha. And then the same exact thing goes for Kith at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, but in all honesty, I wouldn't even try here if you don't have access to an early link for this drop. In fact, I would just suggest sticking to sneakers at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. But now, with how to cop these out of the way, why don't we move on to the resale predictions for these sneakers, which is absolutely incredible. So kicking it off, these are going to be extremely profitable without a doubt. Then when it comes to the margin, even though the retail is slightly higher at 200 in comparison to normal Jordan 1s being 160, or I should say 170 now, still going to have a terrific margin. Then in addition to that, I would even suggest going for these across the other regions for sneakers, because they are honestly worth reshipping. The reshipping fee is extremely small considering the amount you'll be making on these. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Again, if you do need any sneakers accounts, feel free to check out the link in the description where you can purchase reliable, cheap, pre-verified sneakers accounts. And with that, feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video or you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, subscribe and turn on post notifications just so you're 100% updated on all the hyped releases that are coming up this month. With that, I'll see you guys later though. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
You always tell me where you should be stepping. Using your shoe like a size 12 weapon. Get your foot off my foot. Get your foot off my foot, yeah! Now I can't run and I can't walk. You hit me so hard I don't want to talk. Get your foot off my foot.